I really thoroughly enjoyed watching Angels and Ornaments. I do love Hallmark Christmas films. And after I watched it, I thought I liked it, but why did I like it? And even thinking back over it, there are quite a few things about it that I feel were lacking, that could have been done a lot better. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed the time I spent watching it. So even though it doesn't seem to tick all of the right boxes, it just has that atmosphere that I really like from a Hallmark Christmas film. This was released in 2014, directed by Alan Goluboff and written by Kevin Cummings, and stars Jessalyn Gilsig as Corrine Nelson. And Corrine has the most beautiful singing voice. Jessalyn's voice is absolutely gorgeous. She embodies the angelic of the title, and I will say that this does have a beautiful, beautiful soundtrack. It's not the most traditionally Christmas soundtrack. Off the top of my head, I can't remember if there were any traditional carols in it, like, Deck the Halls or Silent Night. There probably was one or two, but for the most part, the songs that are being sung are songs, at least that I haven't heard of. So for me, they're not the most traditional. But that wasn't a problem, because her vocals are gorgeous, and that's definitely one of the reasons why I enjoyed watching this, or listening to it, because it was just a real treat. The narrative itself isn't really there. There's not much of a narrative. So the description from IMDb says, 3 suitors pursue a hopeless romantic after she makes a wish to find true love before Christmas. So this is, of course, Corrine, and she has various different people who could be a potential love interest. And yeah, part of me did think, who is she going to end up with? What will they do to try and win her heart? But I kind of felt like it was blatantly obvious from the get-go who it was going to be and what the outcome would be. There was an unusual character in this who says he is from California. That's all I can say about him, because I don't want to give away too much about him. He has a great hat. I love his hat. I love his costume. He was pretty interesting, but also kind of unnecessary at the same time. In a way, it felt like it was trying too hard to be very well developed and well-rounded, but it didn't really detract from the atmosphere. It did feel quite Christmassy. Not so much in the sense of music and gift wrapping and Christmas trees galore, but because we do have this element of the ornaments do play kind of an important role. It did maintain a relatively decent Christmas vibe, but it's warm, it's inviting, it's cliche. You can probably predict how this is going to go from start to finish, but that's what you expect with a Hallmark film, and certainly with a Hallmark Christmas film. So I'd say it's safe. If you're in the mood for this kind of film, you will get what you wish for. It's pleasant, it's enjoyable. Technically, it's not that amazing. As I said, the narrative is not interesting. It just kind of, nothing really happens, and obviously things do happen. It's nearly an hour and a half in length, but I just didn't care about any of it. But the music, definitely the music was lovely. And Corrine as a character, as a protagonist, was really likeable. So even though I am being quite negative about quite a bit of it, it just is. It's one of those films that just works, even though on paper, maybe it shouldn't have done. But Angels and Ornaments is a lot better than I thought it would be. Not as great as a lot of Hallmark Christmas films. One I'd still be happy to recommend if you're looking for a safe bet.